Yep, that's right. I might have bought another 2002. Yes, that's right. I'm the proud owner of a new, to me, 1976 BMW 2002. And I am super excited, which I think rightfully so. This is a very cool little car. Its original color is Taiga green, and it's in pretty decent shape. This is a 1976, just baseline 2002, but it has some goodies. So one of the first things for me that kind of separates it from other 2002s is the sunroof. I'm very excited about that. I actually have this funny little dream to go to California, basically because it has a sunroof. Now there's a little bit of rust starting, and I'm not really going to touch that. The paint is in overall pretty nice shape. Still has the big diving board bumpers, which I think I can live with. We have a little bit of rust bubbling. The wheels are pretty cool. These are 13-inch Compomotive 3-piece 13-inch wheels and just Alpina stickers on them, I think. It's a pretty straight car, actually. There's a little bit of rust here, but not too bad. And then we go in the interior, where this car actually really shines, I think. It has a crack-free dash, and like the carpet and stuff is all in really nice shape. As well as one point, someone installed some Recaro seats, which is kind of nice. But yeah, and then it has a Momo steering wheel as well. Very cool. Yeah, I like this thing so far. It's I don't know why this stuff makes me so excited. But we'll go to the engine bay, where things start to get a little bit more interesting. So the BMW enthusiast will note that is an Alpina valve cover. Those are the early days when they used the gray, kind of hammered out paint look. Very hard to find, but it also has Alpina headers and has kind of an Alpina style dual Weber setup with the TI intake manifolds, and those are dual Weber 45s. I also got with the car a TI/Alpina intake manifold. So I think this was trying to emulate an Alpina, or at least make a bit of a replica or something. And yeah, original code is Taiga. Now the engine is actually a 1973 TII motor, which kind of makes things interesting. So originally that would have been 130 horsepower with the Kugelfischer, but with the twin Webers, maybe it's a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe there's some internal work done as well. We'll see. Hasn't ran since about 2000, so about 20 years. But overall, it's so clean. Like, it's been kept inside, and I cleaned off the windshields, cleaned the outside just a little bit. Kind of wanted to see what the paint looked like, and it looks pretty darn good. It's just such a cool color. I mean, any new car, they don't really have any wild colors like this, so that's kind of cool. So it's a 76, so it originally did have like the full emissions and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting though. It's a TII brake booster as well. And yeah, it's in good shape overall. As far as I can tell, it's all the original body panels. There's definitely a little bit of rust on the rockers, and this side actually looks better than the passenger side, but we'll go down to the rocker here. There's a little bit of bubbling there. And then on the front there's a nice little hole. So that will maybe need to be protected a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. But there's one kind of special thing that I don't know how or where that transmission came from, how they got it, but this is a 5-speed. Now, not only a 5-speed, but a close ratio, which means fifth is 1-to-1 still, same as the 4 speeds, not overdrive. But it's a dog leg. So here would be reverse, and then here is first, which is interesting. It still is like the pop and then down, which is cool. Down and left for first. Very cool. He said the synchros were wearing out when he was driving it, which makes sense. It's a common thing for those transmissions. So it has two different gauges in it as well. Originally this would have had the cross style that you see on the left for each gauge. So that has been changed out, so the true mileage is completely unknown. But yeah, the rest of the dash and stuff is all really nice shape. I haven't had a 2002 before with a crack-free dash, so that's kind of refreshing. And then, yeah, no huge speaker holes. There is speaker holes in the back, of course, but yeah, it is actually really nice. It's interesting. I'm going to dig into it a little bit more and see what else is done. It looks like it has some big rear brakes, and it might have TII front brakes. I've yet to see. I'm going to dig into this thing pretty quick. Just clean the carbs, drain the fuel, change the oil, and then clean the ignition and see what it'll do. It was parked running, and it's been parked inside, and yeah, it's actually been definitely well capped, which is a nice bonus for sure. If this thing was outside, it would look pretty rough. Even the windshield, I think, is original, or it would be like a replacement BMW one, and it's in nice shape. So definitely an interesting car. But I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be digging into this thing fairly quick. Hopefully it'll be running soon. The previous owner did say, yeah, it was running when parked, and it actually did run well. So, yeah, I think it's promising. The engine bay is nice, and I cleaned the valve cover. The rest of it needs to be cleaned. But yeah, it's so cool. These cars just make my day. I love them. They're so handy, and like the color too. I haven't really seen another Taiga in person. I did see one, but not one with like good paint, I guess. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this little walk around. Actually, we'll go in the trunk. I just love these finds. But here's the Alpina TI intake manifold. Kind of a cool piece. They originally, like, the TI manifolds have these kind of cones, just like the TII. But then Alpina took those cones off, and then they just put the air filter bare out. So it's kind of interesting. And then, of course, yeah, we get a little bit of rust on the rear strut towers. That side's pretty solid. The spare wheel well's solid. I like seeing green paint everywhere. That's just kind of nice. Hasn't been repainted in a different color or anything. But yeah, that's the car. Goofy little thing, but hopefully next time you see it, it will be running. Oh, that'd be so cool. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.